Hello and welcome back to the Supernatural Files. It's been a couple of months since we've had a show for some very good reasons. Been very busy sorting things out as always. Also we did the shooting with the Hollywood production company on the 29th. Absolutely fantastic day. Quite curiously, while they was here, I had a 6-hour interview with them in about 83 degrees inside. It's probably high. I couldn't put the air conditioning on because they got the microphones on and there was filming. We just about finished the interview and then we touched on another case that me and Steve had done together. And when we mentioned it, also when the light started flickering, the power went out, the radio came on. There was like, what's going on? I don't know, but you know what? Let's just call it an unknown. Speaking of unknowns, you will be aware that I've mentioned before on the live show, Supernatural Files, me and Patty experiencing a lot of phenomena in this place, which we welcome because our home is their home. One of them things was flashing lights, big flashing lights that went across the ceiling. We've had that for several nights now, not for the last maybe couple of 3 weeks. You may hear some interruption, some sound, because at the moment I am in the Becky shed. I've got the door open because I'm smoking. I'm joined by my wife Patty sitting off camera, who we'll be speaking to in a minute, so do forgive any sounds. Anyway, like I was saying, these flashing lights, the biggest one was like sheet lightning, just straight across the ceiling. Absolutely fantastic. But we've gone up a couple of stages from there. I guess the phenomena began when the mouse flew across the room, and I said that was poltergeist activity to all intents and purposes. It just shot literally off a high shelf, which I mentioned before again, straight across the room, smashed on the floor. And then we kind of asked a couple of questions and got this really strong voice. He said he was a poltergeist. How many people have spoken to a poltergeist? So we refer to him as Mr. P. And I said, did you throw my mouse across the room? Of course I did. Okay, fantastic. But please do not break anything in future. Okay, so that brings me to my next thing. That bearing in mind, and again, we welcome this. This is who I am. This is the life we lead. Well, Paddy does well, she likes it or not, but she knew she was getting into when, when she met me on an investigation. And she understands it, she doesn't get frightened. Obviously she gets a little bit startled now and again, but then again, that's all part of being a normal person. Okay, so before I get to the kicker of what happened Friday, which was fascinating, which I have got on film, which is another first, I just want to ask Paddy a question. She's off camera now, we've not got a lot of space right here. Patty.
Yes.
You won't be aware of this. Sometimes I ask sneaky questions when you're not around.
You ask sneaky questions?
Sneaky questions, because I've got a very inquisitive mind.
Of course.
And sometimes I just want to save them for moments like this.
Okay.
So what happened a few nights ago, when I was in the kitchen, just about to warm up a coffee in the microwave, okay, and the dog before the dog started going crazy, you explain what happened. There was two events that happened. One was doing up and down outside the door, okay, so you can explain that.
Okay. The door was closed because I was sleeping in, and all of a sudden I heard it sounded like an animal going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. And I was like, what? It woke me up. And so I got up.
It was very loud, wasn't it?
Very loud.
Apparently.
Yes. And so it woke me up. So I got up, opened the door. I said, what the heck? And then I saw...
I stood there looking at you in the doorway, looking startled, and I was like, what? And he went...
He didn't hear a thing.
What the hell's going on? Now, this is the thing. I was 20 feet away.
And the dog started barking.
I was 20 feet away. I heard nothing. Paddy looked quite startled as to what was going on. But that wasn't it. Because a little while later, maybe 5 minutes later,
I closed the door again. I got in bed. I wasn't asleep.
I was still in the hallway, in the kitchen.
And all of a sudden, the door went bam, 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 bam.
Somebody was shaking it.
And Sophia...
Oh, that's what happened. Hold on, let me rewind. So I was still in the kitchen. The dog was barking like crazy, crazy, crazy. I'm like...
As much as she can bark.
As possible as she can bark, and that's quite a lot for a little dog. And I was like, what the hell? And I came down to you, to level to the bedroom door, and all of a sudden it opened. He was like, what's going on? What?
He didn't hear it at all.
There was nothing going on in my side of that reality. I was, again, 20 feet away from the bedroom door, which was just a straight line. There was no sound, there was nothing rattling or anything. Patty reported bang, bang, bang in the door, knob shaking and everything else. Now, this is the intriguing thing. That happened in her reality. It was going on in the bedroom at that time, and also the sound was contained to where Patty was. There was nothing, no sound or movement happening the other side of that door. So, here's the kicker. Yesterday,
Okay.
I asked.
Oh, you did you?
Oh, I certainly did. I asked if somebody here, and not that I was doubting you, but you know, this is the Supernatural Files. I have to question you as much as you question me.
And I welcome that.
We question everything.
Right.
Oh, I'm getting a buzz now. That's Becky. Okay, we'll get back to Becky soon. Okay, so what was the question I asked? It was something along the lines of what was happening to the door. The door was shaking or something. I've actually loaded the reply ready for you to hear. They came back. Did you move it? Or was that effect? This gentleman could be Mr. P, Mr. Poltergeist, said in his response something we can't hear right now. Hold on. I have to find it again. Yes, I was moving it. Would you like to hear that again?
Yes, I would love to hear that.
Let me turn that up a little bit.
Oh!
Would you like to hear that one more time?
Yes.
Now, actually, what I'm going to do, I'm going to put my phone on.
Oh my gosh!
Hold on a second. Record. So I'm going to use the audio because it's closer than that microphone there. Now, we can probably go one better than that, because I can modulate this. So let me take this out of there, plug it in here, and then I've got different variants. Right, send recording. It did work. Hold on. Right. Whichever one's clear, that's yes, I was moving it.
Mm-hmm.
Next one, listen. Next one. Next one. That's no good. Let me try to the first one. I think we can clearly establish there is a voice on there. It says yes. I was moving it. Now, just to show we're not cheating, this is how it is from the recorder. Which is actually clearer.
He said it once, though, right?
He did. I'm pressing rewind. Let me fetch this microphone. One more time. So, You see, another first on the supernatural files. Not only do I talk to spirits, apparently I talk to poltergeists and they reply to.
Yeah, and you didn't tell me about it.
No, I didn't.
Well, it would have been nice to have known that.
That was yesterday. I asked the question.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
You're forgiven.
Thank you. So, people will never quite get or understand. I've said this many, many times before. My relationship with the other side. What that entails, how deep that goes, and certain other things we won't go into. But that brings me to Friday night. So myself and Patty are eating dinner. We're watching TV, pretty much like normal people do on a Friday night. The only difference this Friday night was it pizza? It wasn't.
No, it wasn't pizza.
That's why it was different. This Friday night, I should have known something was going to be different because we didn't have pizza, so there was something going on. So, yes, you don't have to do that. Just you can have a little pinch of my wine. There you go. You don't have to start doing this not to try and keep your hand off the camera. Eyes roll. She's beautiful. I saw out the corner of my eye, admittedly, the corner of my eye, which means you don't clearly see what it is or what's causing it. This flash. Paddy was down the other end of the sofa, down the other end of the room. She saw that light up. So she was the opposite end to what I was. She went, oh my God, there's a big flash just this end of the room. I said, no, it wasn't from there. It was from here, the other end near me. But it was that bright, it lit your end up, which is why you thought, you know. And I thought, what the hell caused that? Because the sunshine was still out. It was 9 o'clock at night, remember? 8, 9 o'clock. And I thought, there's no way on this planet a reflection from the sun, even through a mirror, would be as bright and as big as that. This thing lit all the way down. So let me rewind a little bit. That was then. It was about 30 seconds later while we were just discussing that. And I was actually looking in the area. This time, I got both my eyes on it. Big flash, wasn't it?
Yes.
We got that on camera. Not once, a dozen times. This went on for about an hour.
Yeah.
Coincidentally, these flashes I estimate to be, having looked at the video footage and played it frame at a time, around about 1/20th of a second, which is the same speed and duration as when I got the picture again, which I wish I got here to show you right now, but for people that have not already seen it. Now, some of these are double flashes. I spoke to Steve Marra. He's really excited to see the footage. He hasn't seen anything. In fact, nobody's seen anything yet. He said the only time he's ever heard that in the world was on the Entity case. That's how he started. Flash, flash. Now, the area that flashed in the ceiling, well, it wasn't actually the ceiling as such. It was like just the whole area. Wasn't
Yeah,
it?
the whole area, yeah.
Okay.
But it was towards the ceiling. It was up.
I'd say it was coming down, but, you know, we beg to differ, I guess. It was
up,
coming
down.
Yeah, exactly. I got pretty excited by that because you know what?
So did I.
To see one and miss it, or not be sure what it is, and see one and miss it. Paddy, grab your phone. I'll grab my phone. We need to get this on camera. Of course, my battery's nearly flat, so the clip I'm going to play in a minute, and this is just a sneak preview. It's to show you how bright this thing is and how fast this thing is. This is actually a double flash, and we have no light bulbs in fact that area. There's not even a light fitting. Well, we have got a light fitting in the kitchen. It is a fluorescent tube. For anyone that knows anything about electricity, fluorescent tubes cannot flash bright like big bulbs. They can flicker, they can do all sorts, but they cannot flash, and especially at that kind of luminance. That's crazy. So this clip I'm going to show now, first of all you see it flash. We'll repeat that a couple of times, and then you will see it playing a frame at a time, so you can actually see how much these flashes lit up me and the whole area. So this is that now. It's not open. It's been open. My camera's not charged. Unbelievably. Just stand there and hold it really as many as we can. So I want to show, I want to slow the frame down. So, oh!
Oh, wow!
Wow! Did you see that one? Slow the frame down. So, oh!
Oh, wow!
Okay, so like I said, there's a lot of phenomena that goes on in this place, and obviously Steve Murray identified that I was a catalyst, said things happen around me, I draw things out, and quite interesting was most of the flashes, well, pretty much all the flashes I think, I went away, didn't I, for a few minutes, nothing happened, and when I came back it started again, didn't it?
Yes, but one time when you were away, it did flash.
Yeah, I know that.
But when you came back, it really flashed.
Yeah. So, anyway, I mentioned the filming for a reason. It wasn't because I want to repeat myself, the filming with the production company. This was pretty interesting. When we were shooting down in Makatia, the director, not even going to mention his name in case you don't want me to, absolutely fantastic guy. In fact, the whole team was superb. Well-oiled machine. You should see what they did to this place. Oh my God! I'm not even going to go into it. Let's not even mention the food and the banquet and the
and
fact
how
they
many
made,
people were here and all the cameras
and the fact a carport that holds five cars was completely taken up with.
And vans.
I'm going to tell them food. In fact, I'm going to tell them. I came out the back door. They said, "Okay, let's have a dinner break." Oh, fantastic! So I didn't know what was going on outside. So I walked out the back patio doors. Went, wow, the neighbours are making something nice. That smells good. Heard voices. Put my head around the corner. There's all these big tables full of food, everything, and candy and everything. And there's this big, massive black screen up about 3/4 of the way down. I thought, what's that up for? Oh, I thought it was obviously so the neighbours can't see what's going on. So I put my head around the side. Yeah, no, it was a canteen. There was like 3 or 4 sets of tables this long and people eating. Absolutely amazing. Anyway, I've gone off track a little bit there. Yeah, so the director guy who was filming, he says, yeah, do you know what he used to do in the late 80s? No. He was heavily involved with the American Society of Psychical Research, and they did dream studies, sleep studies, telepathy, the whole thing. Wow. So then I said, you know what, you need to come back at 3 o'clock in the morning to hear the guys and hear Becky. Not expecting him to say anything. He went, what if I knocked on your door at 1 a.m? We'd just been filming for like 12, 13 hours. Everyone was slaughtered. And he got to like 1:05, no sign of him, and I said to Paddy, I'm not going to call him, the guys probably fell asleep. And she said, I think that's him. I had a car pull up. It was him. So we came in here. He sent me a text afterwards, says, thank you for an absolutely fascinating evening. One of the reasons for that is the voices that he heard. It wasn't fantastic. We was only in for maybe an hour or so. It wasn't superb, but the ones that we got that were loud, they were loud. Now, I'm not going to go into details, but while we was filming, there was, in fact, I've got a good start at the beginning. I sat down to film 9 a.m. in the morning with these guys. I sat in the chair for 5 minutes. I got a blast. Get up, I just had to get out of there. It was the presence of a female. Excuse me. Don't know who she was, what it was about. No names, no information, no nothing. Took me, what, 10 minutes to get over that?
Yeah, at least.
I had to get my breathing back down to going back on camera. And plus my eyes, because they started streaming, you know, like they do, with what it does to your body, it looked like I'd been crying. So anyway, we sorted that out. Sat down, did the interview. No problem, fantastic. Apart from my body looked like crap when I'm on the TV because I didn't get a lot of sleep that night, but you know. Anyway, we went down to this location to do some filming. Yeah. For those that are not aware, and this is not a new thing, there's things that you guys don't know about that go on, which Steve's been aware about for a long time. I get these flashes, these images. They generally last maximum 3 seconds, but generally around about 2 seconds, like 1, 2. That's actually a long time to see something and take information in. But it's not like photos, it's like a video playing. Okay. And I saw this, I'm not going to go into detail.
Right.
I saw this very old lady. She was obviously dead. I saw the colour of the clothes that she was wearing. And this is why we were just filming. I just got a hit. I just walked away from everyone, sat down and just tried to deal with this. Because when you... do you know what? I know this is like something straight out of the movies, and I know this is bullshit in this real life reality, but you know what? It's not. This is actually happening. And I'm not going to go into detail. We've confirmed that this happens.
Yes, we did.
And Steve's aware of that as well. So this is a documented thing. I saw this very old woman. She was obviously deceased. I described her, what I saw. Didn't know who she was, didn't get any information. Nothing. The director, well, when I was doing this, sitting on my own open my eyes, the director stayed there with the camera, so he filmed everything, which I was not aware of at the time. And I've told the company I do not want them to use it, I'm not comfortable with it. Reason being is, when we came back, we started Googling, didn't we?
Yes. Well, I did.
Oh, you do? Well, I did as well.
Yeah.
This woman in this particular strange colour clothes, well, not common colour clothes, was it?
No.
Okay. Was found in this location. And there's a lot more surrounding that, but she was found where I basically saw her. Didn't know her name, didn't know anything about her, didn't know anything about the case, and we still don't know her name because it was not put out.
No, it wasn't.
And I've not asked any questions since. What I'm trying to relate to you is when I get these flashes, blasts and flashes. Yeah, it sounds like out of a Marvel comic, doesn't it? When I get this like overlay thing, it's kind of semi-transparent. I could be just, in fact, you know, the first time it happened, I was driving my car. Just driving my car, the very first time it happened. I saw this man and this woman in a kitchen, quite a small kitchen, just talking about nothing. Wow, what the hell was that about? I thought, am I going crazy? Because you know what, we do question ourselves. You know, you're driving down the road and all of a sudden you see something playing, but it doesn't interfere with what you're viewing at the time. It's like an overlay, semi-transparent, but kind of not that transparent, but it is difficult to explain. So that's the first report that Steve got from me of this thing that happened. Didn't mean anything at all. No reason for it as far as I'm concerned at all. Don't know, maybe it was just a, I don't know, brain glitch, hallucination, whatever you want to call it. I didn't have a clue. Anyway, since then we've actually confirmed that that's a thing.
Yes.
And it has got meaning.
Definitely.
To the point, this will be documented now. Steve's been doing it anyway. I rang Steve up about 2 weeks ago. So Steve, I just had a flash. You was in hospital. You was in a private room. The bed was to the west. The hospital door, as you're looking down the bottom of the bed, the door was on the right. The window was on the left.
Steve
Murray. He wasn't injured in any way, just laying there like this. So I don't know if he was unconscious or what, or just asleep. That's now been documented. Now, the thing is this: at some point, most people go in hospital, and Steve probably would end up with a private room. I don't know. So it doesn't mean anything. You know, it's in a year or 5 years, it doesn't mean anything, because anyone can go in hospital at any time. So this is what's important. You gather as much information, or I do, within a couple of seconds, the room layout, how Steve was, etc, 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 because that has got value should something like that happen. You've already described the room and what it looked like. No injuries, wasn't a car crash or anything. So that's been documented. Anyway, that brings me back to this woman. So I asked about that and whether there was anything untoward that went on. The information that came back would suggest that this woman did not wander out and blip, 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 blip and die. That her family was in, or someone in her family was involved in her demise for whatever reason. The only thing that I will reveal is the fact that she had dementia. That's okay, lots of people have got dementia, including my mother, bless her. Final stages actually, but just saying. So I'm not putting any more information out. I don't know anything apart from what we've now read, which confirmed exactly what I said I saw. The location, what she looked like and what she was wearing. I haven't even got a name. This brings me to this. When the director was here, we asked a question because he was aware of this situation. I'm now going to play the recording. I'll play through this first, which clearly says, don't have to suggest what it's saying. You'll clearly hear it say they killed her or they'll kill her. Now we're going to play the same recording through the amplifier. You will notice I've changed my amplifier because the other one was a guitar amp which wasn't actually quite suited for the purposes I intended. This is much better. Oh, that's the other one. Lost it again.
9.
Oh, yeah, no, it's 9. No, it's not 9. There it is, it's on 8.
8.
So let's just run through the modulation on that. Now I've gone through all of them because for those who may be deaf or hard of hearing, I'm sure of one of them frequencies you would have actually heard them words as I've just described. Cold cases. This is what I'm going to do when I start addressing cold cases. There's one in particular that was featured on a certain show which I'm not going to mention because I'm involved in it. It's supposed to have been a suicide. It wasn't a suicide. I've already got information from Becky. It was not a suicide, and I've got a lot more than just it was not a suicide, including the vehicle and what happened and where the guy was when this thing happened. And there's a thing that's missing, and they couldn't find when it was on the show. Something was looking for an item pertaining to this poor woman. I've been told it's behind a big rock, and also they missed something when they were actually searching this area. They should have gone further down. At some point, this is quite a distance, isn't it, to travel?
Yes.
How far is it?
It's on the other side of the country.
Yeah, basically. Yeah. But you know what? This is important. We need to utilise, or I need to utilise my relationship, my attributes, and every single thing I've got to start bringing people to justice. And believe you me, I am going to do it. I will get this son of a bitch perpetrator, and that will be the first one. After that, I'm sure there'll be quite a few knocks on the door. But that's what's going to happen. It's going to take some planning. Got to get down there. And I would like Steve to come with me as well. And also a member of the production crew that's just been working with us has showed some interest as well. You know, all the time, you know, I'm putting my everything on the line. But to me, I'm not, because if it's real and it's true, you're not putting nothing on the line. You're just hoping the conditions are such that you can achieve what you actually set out to achieve. Anyway, so, okay, we're going to be going shortly. Before I go, we're going to get some live recordings from the guys while we're here, because it'd be stupid not to. Don't know what the conditions are like, but I think they're not too bad tonight, so we're going to try that, because it's feeling a little bit buzzy. Because it's real, you know, sometimes it's fantastic, other times it's good, other times it's not so good. But you know what, we're going to give it a try. In the meantime, when the director was in here, I said, guys, can you say hello to my friend? He's a nice guy. One of the guys goes, what's your name? I'm going to play that for you now, because that's actually pretty fantastic, isn't it?
Yes.
Let me see, what number was it? I wrote on your cigarette packet,
right
didn't
there. Right there.
Okay.
But which one is it?
I don't know which one. I don't know.
You wrote several down there.
I've got 1B. I can't remember what that was I was going to play. Then we have something, and a 9. I bet it's 9. Let me try 9. Okay. Let's try 9 first. Let's take that out of there. That amp is absolutely incredible. Actually, no, let's leave that in there. Much better than that big guitar amp, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
They're not set up for voices and certain frequencies, are they? It's got a, you know, it's a guitar amp, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, so let me see if I can find it. Did I say it was 9?
Yeah.
Oops, hit record there. Alright, let's go to 9. This is the one. They said to me,
Is that it?
what's your name? You know what, again, I don't have to suggest that to you. You will hear this clearly. I'll play it through this first before we put it through the big speaker. He says, there it is. Well, let's play that without the speaker. What's your name? Fantastic. Okay, now we'll play it through the amp. I'm trying not to wake all the neighbours up. It is pretty late. No software involved, no nothing, just pure voice as captured. Okay. I'll lift the modulation again. And back to the first one. No, actually what I'll do is switch that off. And again the raw recording. Now this is the thing we need to bear in mind to our skeptic friends. And I say friends because skepticism is a major part of your toolkit. If you're not using that in your research, you are not a paranormal investigator researcher and you don't know what you're doing. Ambient sound resembling speech. I've said this many times before, Paddy. What's the chances of an ambient sound resembling speech answer questions directly?
Yes.
Supply answers directly that just happen to sound like direct answers to the direct questions you are asking at that specific time.
That's the key.
That's pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Right, before we go, we had a couple of more I wanted to play. B. What was in folder B? I keep on that B. And then we're going to see if we can talk to the guys.
Okay.
That's the one we recorded. I had marked folder B for some reason. There was one recording in there. Let me see if I can find what it was. Folder B. Oh, that's what it was.
What?
I don't know if you remember. I think it was about 3-4 days ago. I said there's a portal open. And I was walking down the hallway and I was kind of feeling it.
Right.
This guy said, it's quite comical, he says, I think that's the one, let me check. Stop poking me. Because I was doing this.
Oh.
He said, "Stop poking me."
I didn't know that.
Yeah, this is pretty incredible. So, hold on a second. Stop poking me. That's probably why he rattled you. It's probably why he started rattling your door.
Yeah.
So, let me just play this one.
I wasn't poking him.
Hold on a second. If I can find it again. B, wasn't it?
Yes.
What are we on? That's the one. Okay, we'll play through this one first. So it's to the right. In case you can't hear that. Now we will play it through the amp. Actually, we'll play it without first. Stop poking me. Fantastic. Who else gets recordings like this? Stop poking me. From a spirity guy. Come on, let's be serious. Okay, so let's pop this on. We won't need to go through all the modulations, it's quite clear what's being said. Oops, where did I do? That's pretty clear on that one. No. Stop poking me. All right.
Because you were doing this?
Because yeah, stop poking me. Fantastic. So I've been poking a ghost, apparently. No wisecracks at all. Okay, so that's that. Let me just, where's my glass? It seems to have magically vanished. My wine glass seems to have disappeared.
Well, no, you said I could have that.
That looks suspiciously like my wine glass.
No, you said I could have that.
Yeah, you're supposed to bring it back afterwards.
I haven't drank. Oh.
Then I suggest you do and bring it back. This is what happens when you get married. This didn't happen before we got married. She used to have her own glass. No, now she wants to steal mine.
Well, my...
There's only a little bit in there. Just get rid of that. Come on.
It's a lot.
A lot. Yeah, she's not a gulper. There we go. I know you can't have any of this last bit I've got because I've shared my one bottle in 2 months.
Oh my God, it would take me like an hour to drink that. Oh, stop it. Mr. Gulper.
I'm a gulper. Okay. So, like I said, this is not through laptops, this is not through software, this is not through sound filters. This is pure as captured voice straight out of the recorder, as captured. Information. The show when it goes out is I think it's quite intense. There's a lot of questions about myself and about Becky, and it's pretty suggestive, some of the questions about. I will just touch on this. Don't go like this.
You gotta be careful what you say.
It's to do with my attributes via Becky, so yeah, we'll leave that because
please.
You know, it's open to people's interpretation. People understand, but I'm sure there'll be a lot of questions after this show.
Oh yeah.
In the meantime, I don't know what it's going to be like. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 recorders. No, we have 4 because that's got no
Where's
batteries.
my recorder?
Your recorder, my darling, is there. Paddy's is a DM670, the same as my DM670.
I'd like that back someday.
No chance. In the meantime, what I'd also say is, to be fair and to prove a point, the director was sitting where Paddy is now and I was here. He had a DM670. I got my DM670. The only difference is mine is in a case.
He had one?
Yeah, I gave him one.
Oh, it wasn't his.
No, I didn't give it him. I lent him yours. Same settings, same recorder, same make, same model. And every single time I asked a question, I went and we pressed record at the same time. Every single time we played back, guess what? I got replies, of which you've been hearing this evening. On his, that's all he got. Now, we did the same experiment with myself, Steve Merritt, and Chris Andrews in a cemetery a lot of miles away from here in the UK. We'd all got DM670s. And again, I asked the questions, and we all played them back one at a time. Mine was the only one that was picking up a reply. So I wanted to sort of replicate that with the director, and that's what happened. So he was fascinated. I mean, with his background, with the American Society of Psychical Research, he sent me a text. In fact, I've got it on here. In fact, I don't have to go into details. Just says, Don, thank you for an absolutely fascinating evening. Because people are not used to... That was a vibration, I knocked it. People are not used to this, to somebody gaining something so easy pretty much every time they press the recorder and getting information and answers and proper voices.
I am.
You are. But this is why this show is about me, what I do, Becky and the people I've worked with. Not because it's to do with ghosts and spirity things and entertainment. You can have that back. Entertainment purposes only. Because, you know what, for years in the UK, I needed somebody to see this for what it was, to pick it up and run with it and believe in it and test it. This fantastic production company has just done that. And you know what? They're no pushover. The questions, the verifications they've wanted on everything all the way through it, because at the end of the day, this is such a show that their credibility is important to them. So they don't just want ghost hunting stuff out there, the normal YouTube stuff, the normal TV paranormal stuff. It has to be different, it has to be verifiable, and it has to be real. That is why we've got a whole show about Don Phillips, Becky, and the people that's worked with Don Phillips and the locations that we've covered. So look forward to that in the new year.
Well, basically next summer.
Next summer, basically, yeah. Also, coming out within a few days, that will be my book, Veritas. Why are you doing that with your eyes?
I'm not.
Yeah, I've got a lot to do. I can do a book in 12 months, or 8 months, or 6 months. I can do that.
You have to work, you have to do...
Yeah, I've got to do lots of stuff. In this book, there is going to be things that people are not happy to read. And there will be things that people are happy to read. We have this religious system, and do you know what? If you think about it, let's go back. You can go back to Mesopotamia, you can go back to Samaria, you can go back to Egypt, you can go back to anything. At that time, each civilization believed, as we believe in our religious beliefs now, they were just as important to them then.
Exactly.
Okay. So, all of a sudden it's the 21st century. Do you know what? Yeah, they kind of had a bit of a clue, but it was all wrong. Now we've got Christianity and Catholicism.
Catholicism.
Catholic. Do you know what? I've had someone just give me a goddamn break. Yeah, seriously, that as well. But, and you know, I'm feeling the effects of the wine a little bit, I have to be honest. But you know what? I have no shame in that. First bottle for 2 months, I shall goddamn enjoy that. And people love it when it's real.
Yeah.
So, what I'm saying is, all of a sudden it's the 21st century. We have
Catholicism.
Catholicism. There's a bit of a wobble in there, but that we have
What?
We have all sorts. Christianity, Church of England, this, that, and Mormons, and we've got everything. And you know, all of a sudden, we are so naive that we are all right in each individual religious groups. And the Mesopotamians and the Sumerians and the Egyptians, they were all totally wrong because they wasn't in the 21st century and we are, and we know everything now. Yeah, no, what? Bullshit. We know nothing more than what they did. At the end of the day, it is a belief structure. And every few hundred or couple of hundred years, it will change again.
Yes.
It will change again. It will change again to suit an agenda as it has done all through time.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not pissing on religion.
Catholicism was the first church.
Church.
Yes.
Church.
Run by men.
Run by men. Yes, this is true. Run by men. Everything's run by men.
Not now.
That's a matter of opinion. Is it right? No, it's totally not right. It's a man's world. You know what? In some respects, yes it is. But should it be? No, it shouldn't be.
No, it shouldn't.
When you've got men and women doing the same job, getting paid different rates, that's bullshit. I'm not doing that. That is totally bullshit.
Well, there's a lot more than that.
And I find women less egotistical. Not all women, but some women.
Yeah.
Imbalance.
Exactly. It's imbalance.
Do you know what? You've only got to look at politics to see imbalance. Seriously.
Evangelical. That's the other church. I'm sorry.
No, you know what? The thing is, what I'm saying is, since the beginning of time, there is not one single religion that's got it right. Catholics, Christians, whatever. Do you know what? At the end of the day, no.
Christian is Catholicism, but
everything
went off the Catholic Church.
Yeah.
Every other religion, Christian religion.
But everybody's pinched things and changed it to fit their agenda.
Exactly.
I'm not. You know what? I'm going to get some unsubscribers now, but we have to tell it the way it is. The story of Jesus and Mary, Virgin Mary, fantastic. Fantastic.
You're going to go into this?
What I mentioned to you the other night, yeah. I've done a lot of research, and I've said before, I take it right back, right to the beginning. And I question everything. I can't remember what it's called now. Hang on, I've actually got it on my phone, haven't I? Nianis Vervik. It's got two meanings in ancient Greek. Exactly the same phrase, two meanings. One is a virgin, as depicted in Christianity, etc., the Virgin Mary. The other one is the young woman. They both mean exactly the same. Now we have to take into consideration that Mary was 14 years old.
Yes.
So therefore, if you're describing a woman using that terminology, you would describe that terminology as a young woman.
Exactly.
But it also means virgin as well. It's exactly the same text. So therefore, if you're transcribing, etc., 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 you could either put that in to fit an agenda, or you could just describe it as a young woman, which wouldn't have the same effect. Then we have to take into consideration another thing. The whole wise men, 3 stars from the east, etc. This story was told, including the dates, 2,000 years before it supposedly happened in the Bible. And that was in the pyramids in Egypt. The difference is the 3 wise men are planets of a very similar name. How interesting is that?
Very interesting, yeah.
So therefore, I'm not anti-religious, but I have my own views.
No, you believe in parts of the Bible.
I have no choice on 1 or 2 matters, which we won't go into. I have no choice at all.
You don't have any choice.
But people's perception. It's all down to perception. Yeah, I don't want this to be about the Bible exactly, but what is actually, when you actually discover
and
what's
then
been
we'll throw
left.
these out.
Exactly. When you actually discover what's been left out of the Bible because it doesn't fit an agenda, it puts a big question mark on the whole thing. Okay, so
let's not talk about that anymore.
No, we're done on that. So I'll be back in 1 minute. Really good.
Nice.
And you know what, one night we're going to do a Spirity Guys live.
It's gone, honey.
I know, I keep squeezing the bottle and there's nothing else coming out. I mean, how poor is that? I mean, look at this. I mean, only got this tiddly bit left.
Tiddly bit. You didn't put that out.
Okay. So I've explained what happened when we was filming with the company. First thing in the morning and later when we was down this other place filming about that lady. I've explained about these flashes I'm just introducing you to, which have been verified as actually now being worth something, worthy, because there was, I'm not going to go into details. One of them actually has been proven, well actually a couple have been proven to actually have been happening at that time. Okay, in the meantime, let's see if Mr. P.
Oh, are you going to talk to Mr. P?
Whoever's available, if anyone's available. Becky, guys.
Becky.
So, good evening, my friends. Do you know what? We had a 6-hour interview with this production company, and to all intents and purposes, I'm representing you. That comes with responsibility.
Yes.
A lot of responsibility, because I am your voice. That's a pretty strong, trusted position to be in. Was you happy with how that went? Did I do a decent job for you guys? Let me just switch these right. Stop. Okay, so there they are. Let's just try this and see if we can get anything. Thank you. Okay, I get that a lot. You have to be with us.
Oh, yeah. No.
That sounds like that was perfect. Now, these are not close at the minute, but it always takes 20 minutes before they kind of... So let's just see if we can actually get anything that you can actually decipher from there, because we have to be aware of audio pareidolia. I don't want things to be open to interpretation, because then they're of no use. Let's just see if we can... Oh, do you know what? Oh yeah, it's okay. Let me see what I can... Well, this guy says it was perfect. I don't know how clear it's going to be to you guys, but that's what he says. Let me just put that to the... It does break up a little, unfortunately. That's the reality of things sometimes. Let's just pop this on here. Let's plug it in first so it doesn't buzz and wake all the neighbours up. Get them jumping out of bed. And...
I know.
Can you hear that? Perfect. This is okay, stop. I've got to kind of sort out a system where I can actually ground myself to this to cut out that, because that just totally kills it every time. That's
yeah.
Right. Guys, in relation to the cold cases, the lady I was talking to, and what we've not played tonight is during them flashes, helpers.
Yeah, I don't get that.
Helpers. So, guys, helpers. What do you need? What can I do for you?
Coffee.
Hmm. Again, a little bit scratchy, but sometimes it is like that. But we'll just see how we can get on with this. Scrap that. Okay, so not fantastic tonight, unfortunately. Right, guys, I'm going to leave it a couple of minutes. I'm going to finish my cigarette, and then if we don't get a loud reply, we're going to have to call it a night, because I don't want to waste your time and I don't want to waste my time. I thank you for all your efforts this evening. Do you know what? Is that plastic jar round? Can you see it? Have a look down there in that corner. No, you're going to have to turn the chair around, sweetheart.
Oh yes, right here.
It is? Okay, pass that here. It's not heavy, you're okay. So, I am the pioneer of the dome recordings, as previously seen in previous videos. In the old Black Lion, Northampton, in the UK. In fact, when I finish my cigarette, just take a listen to these recordings captured under the dome.
Sophia, no. What are you doing?
Sophia!
She's getting dirt in here.
We're still recording. I love you.
Yeah, me too.
I love you shitloads.
I love you shitloads.
You are seriously the fucking perfect woman. You really are, honestly. Do you know what? I know you got a lot going on, mentally, physically, but you know, it doesn't matter to me. No. It doesn't matter.
I'm glad.
I'll support you any way I can and do anything I can do for you. Because you know, you're my wife. You're not just my girlfriend, you're my fucking wife now. Fuck. Wow, how did that even happen?
How did that happen?
Okay, so you've just seen what happened, what I achieved with the dome recordings, which I came up with some time ago. Okay, tonight is not fantastic, admittedly, with the live recording. We'll try one more, and then what we're going to do, we're going to drop it in here and just try it before we go. Win, lose or draw, we can only try, can't we? Becky. Don't finish making a noise. Sophia, come here. Cats have got no lives, you got one. Look after it. Sit down, shut up and be quiet. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I heard that, but people won't. Okay, so Becky, you alright, sweetheart? Wow. It's so quiet.
It's so quiet.
It's unbelievable. The static, even the static's quiet on that one. Okay. I kind of get that, but you kind of won't. So I'm not even going to bother playing that to you guys because I am really strict on what I put out on evidential watch. I don't want if it's open to interpretation, it's no good to me. Anyway, so you just saw the clips on the dome recording. So what we're going to do right now, it may work, it may not. I mean, the energy is not fantastic right now. So what we're going to do is we're going to take that recorder, this recorder. Guys, I want you to just say anything you can in this sealed jar. That's what I want. This is what I'm trying to do. Maybe successful, maybe not, but people love the supernatural files because it is real. So that's recording. That's recording. Does it say that I'm talking? Now we know I'm talking, in case it picks anything up. Okay, so it was totally silent, wasn't it?
Right.
So let's see what we've got, if anything. So when I tapped, it was basically the end of the experiment. So we're going to stop that. We're going to stop that and just see if... I'm not expecting any miracles tonight because it's not fantastic anyway. See if we can get anything from any of these. Let's try this one first. That's recording. I think we should do a Supernatural Files next weekend. Friday or Saturday evening.
Not Friday.
Not Friday. No, not Friday.
No.
Saturday.
Okay.
Next Saturday we will do a Supernatural Files and I'll show a few more clips of the flashes. Okay. We will talk to the guys. I'm pretty sure by next weekend it will have changed a little bit. Let's put that picture up. Insane. So I guess that's it for tonight. So I guess you've taken a lot from tonight. You know, them replies that we had before was really, really loud. The lady that met her demise was still on that, and if I attain any more information on that, that will be sent to law enforcement anonymously.
Yes.
About the perpetrators, the fact that it was something to do with the family that did it, and yeah. Lost everything. Hear that? She lost everything.
Lost everything.
Wow.
She lost.
1B. We need that one.
Okay. She lost everything. Oh, that poor lady.
Being me and doing what I do carries a lot of responsibility in a lot of different areas, doesn't it? Mm-hmm. Ethical wise.
Right.
And also representing these guys. You've got to be careful. Okay, so guys, it's bedtime. I'm sure my wife Paddy is now going to say thank you for watching, viewers, and good night.
Good night.
No, that's not what I said. Thank you for watching, viewers, and good night. Little prompt there.
Good night. What am I supposed to say?
Do you know what? Some people, they just ain't got a clue. Okay, let me give you a little clue. This is the third clue. Thank you for watching, viewers, and good night.
Thank you for watching, viewers, and good night.
Okay, take 4.
Thank you for watching, viewers, and good night.
Fantastic. How good is she? Eyes roll, big star. Okay, so yeah, next weekend, the Supernatural Files, and we have Steve Marra coming on the show to discuss some weird and wonderful things. Some of the things we've done together, something, you know, wow. It's going to be a good show. It's It's going to be a good show. In the meantime, we want subscribers. Our work is very important, it's very different, and it is going to make a change to certain things within the paranormal community.
Absolutely.
Well, it will next year when that show comes out. So in the meantime, guys, as always, take lots of care and just be the best person that you can be. Good night.